So before you guys come after me after reading the title, just please watch the end or hear me out at least halfway. Just don't go crazy before actually hearing me out. Um, no, Devil Jin, in my opinion, is not a hard character to play in this game. If I had to say, out of all the Mishima characters, I'd say that Kazuya, Heihachi, and even Jin are all harder than this guy. Um, and honestly, even Rain, I'd say, is probably like I don't know. Rain, I think, is super overrated in terms of difficulty as well. But I think her and Devil Jin are both kind of characters that I think tend to get meshed in with characters that are considered hard, but I don't believe they're all that hard. I'm not saying they're the easiest in the game. I wouldn't say that at all. Um, but I do think that they are extremely overrated on difficulty. So, um, would I say this for past iterations of Devil Jin? Sort of not. He's always been one of the easier Mishimas, especially because he's always super strong. He's top tier in quite literally every single game. Besides the end of Tekken 7 and currently. But I made a tier list, or not a tier list, I made a video talking about the 5 weakest characters recently. And honestly, looking back at it, I think I sort of regret putting Devil Jin on there. The more I fight Devil Jin, the more that I play him. Admittedly, I haven't played him in ranked yet this season. I only got him to second god in season 1, but considering he's so much better this season, um, but I played him in player match with my friend for a little bit, and I was seeing and I was playing with him, and honestly, I really don't think he's as bad as a lot of people say. He's the easiest he's ever been, and he's not that bad. Um, so let's just start off. Of course, he has the electric. He has the best move in the game, right? Um, and to top that off, he has maybe one of the best. He has one of the best lows in the game. Not even a maybe. His hell sweep is fantastic, right? The damage that you can get from it is amazing. He has the best hell sweep, and it's not even close. Definitely a top 10 low. I only say I just don't say high or anything because I can't think of all the lows off the top of my head right now, right? But and yeah, don't get me wrong, it's launch punishable, but it's still really good. And what other lows does he have? I mean, I guess he has down back too, um, which is 21 frames, right? But it's minus 13, so only Kazi can launch punish it. Unlike Heihachi's, which is 23 frames, only two more, and he can get launch punished for it because he's minus 18. So he takes a huge risk when he uses his, and Devil Jin not so much. But to be fair to Heihachi and Devil Jin, Heihachi does get 10 more damage than Devil Jin does. But they both actually. But here's the thing. I almost forgot to mention. Um, Heihachi only gets plus 8 on counter hit. Devil Jin gets a full on follow up on counter hit. So it's honestly uh, not that bad. It's definitely a move that I think a lot of Devil Jin players tend to underrate. But um, what else does Devil Jin have? Now he has the best panic tools in the game. Well, maybe not the best, but he is definitely the most annoying. What do I mean when I say he's not difficult? Every Devil Jin you see is brain rotted. I swear to God. The only time, 9 times out of 10, if they're a Devil Jin main, they're not good. But if they are good, a lot of times you'll check and they're not Devil Jin mains. Or sorry, the Devil Jin mains themselves 9 times out of 10. But when you see a good Devil Jin player that doesn't main him, they usually just main another Mishima, which is why they're good with him. Like Heihachi and Kazi, I tend to see the most. Um, but I think that overall Devil Jin players are not that great. So what are his panic tools? He has this, right? It's a nerfed version of his Tekken 7 version, but they'll still throw this shit out. They don't care. They have back 3 now, which you could argue, well, it's not that bad because it's launch punishable. Well, if you have heat and you do this shit, I mean, you take no risk. And regardless, this shit avoids everything. So this right here, while of course taking risk, if you just sort of plan it, not you don't even need to plan it that well, just sort of bait somebody, this will make their moves whiff, and you get a free heat engager. His heat itself is very strong, and also note the range on this move. Yes, it's a high, but just note the range. This is a great whiff punisher. If they're throwing shit out from there, you get that for free. But of course, it's not just its only use because its best with Punishers obviously is electric. But just throwing it out there. Um, Back 1+2 isn't that bad either. I see some people say it's useless because you can sidestep it, but that's just not how the game works. Yes, you can sidestep it to the right, I believe. It could be the left. But that I wouldn't say that makes the move straight up useless. I mean, a lot of moves you can sidestep. It doesn't make them useless. I think that's a really stupid a way to, you know, look at a character. Um, it's +3 on block. It's +7 on hit. And on counter hit, it knocks down. Um, but yeah, that's a good move. I think the only thing he really has that lacks that doesn't make him a good character is his down forward 1. If his down forward 1 though was as good as people want it to be, he would be broken again because this character always borders on super strong to super weak. He doesn't have um he doesn't have that thing where he doesn't have a middle ground. Devil Jin is always top tier except for now, right? In the end of Tekken 7. Um, and if you give him small buffs, that changes drastically because what he's missing is really simple stuff. If you fix his down forward 1 and make it much better, I promise you this character will be so much stronger and so much more annoying to fight. This shit in Heat is fucking insane. So annoying to deal with, man. And yes, it's -15, but just look at the range. Also, he still has a demon paw. People say he doesn't have mids, but he still has a demon paw. Which of course is amazing. On every character that has a demon paw, this is amazing. But yeah, so I get that this video might not be the most coherent, right? As in like, I'm just mentioning a lot of things that I think he's not going through everything, right? I'm not gonna go through every single thing with him, but I do think, like when you consider the top tiers, sure, Devil Jin is weak and he'll be hard to use. But when you actually play him, he's really not like. I think a lot of people tend to just think he's the hardest because everybody else says he's the hardest and that he's the weakest. It's like a hive mind. If I had like thought more about my like to not like annoy people, I think, or not annoy people, but I was like maybe they're right. Devil Jin is that weak, but playing him more and fighting him more, I'm starting to think that he's definitely not a top tier, but he's honestly maybe not even bottom 5. Um, because I don't know how you could be bottom 5 with some of the best things in the game. Some of the best heat, some of the best, or I don't know about some of the best heat, but very good heat. Electric, best hell sweep. You know, it's just I don't know. This move is annoying as fuck to deal with. Every time you think they're gonna hell sweep, they'll just do this shit instead. It is pretty slow, don't get me wrong, but it's like when you're worried about a hell sweep, it's holy shit, my wave dice are fucking me up. When you're worried about a hell sweep, this shit is like the last thing you're thinking about. Um, and it's safe. Again, it is slow though, but still. Well, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Um, just let me know if you guys disagree or agree or whatever. And yeah, thank you for watching this point, and hopefully don't catch too much flack for this video.